This is just a WCCF Tech article on Intel's Rocket Lake, but I have got one better for all of you. I have got the complete press deck. So we are actually going to go through this entire thing.
Okay, go.
I was going to make a video about it, but there isn't enough here to really justify a video. We're just going to talk about it because it's still not coming till first quarter of next year.
Team Rocket is blasting off.
So the 11th generation of Intel Core S series processors, codenamed Rocket Lake, Cypress Grove. These are... Here's the question. Do we want to be here or do we want to come back and forth full screen?
Probably back and forth. I don't know.
So here's the deal. Rocket Lake is the first CPU from Intel. Here's the important part. Is everybody listening? Come closer. Let's take a walk. The 11th gen Rocket Lake is the first chip that is not Skylake. And if that sounds funny, here's something to keep in mind. 6th gen.
Yep.
So an i7 6700K, a 7700K, 8700K, 9900K, and 10900K are all Skylake cores. For all intents and purposes, on a per core, per clock basis, they are the same. Now, they've added more cores. We went from 4 cores to 10.
Correct.
The clock speeds went up.
Correct.
But if you were to take a 6700K, a 7700K, an 8700K, a 9700K, and a 10700K, and you were to set them all to 4 gigahertz, or 5 or whatever, and you were to run a single threaded task, they would all be about the same performance.
Similar, right.
Close enough doesn't matter.
Close enough.
Rocket Lake is the new Cypress Cove cores. These are not Skylake. There's an IPC, or instruction per clock cycle improvement, which means that at any given clock speed, these will get more work done than the previous 4 generations of chips. And for those of you doing Super Chats, thank you. We will address those after we get to the news article, but we got to do this in one go. Moving right along, we have got the, the Rocket Lake is just a code name. It's the 11th Gen Core S series processor. They really need to come up with some better names. I mean, Ryzen is such a great name. They need to come up with, the liftoff CPUs or something. I don't know. Warp drive.
Not sinking in the lake.
Do you see here CPU core architecture with IPC improvements?
I do.
So this will actually mean that at any given clock speed, these are going to be faster. And they're claiming double-digit improvements, which could be 10%. But at least it's 10% faster, which, it's nice. Enhanced Ultra HD graphics featuring the new XE graphics architecture. Didn't you recently cover that in the news?
I did.
And why don't you give everybody the short version of XE?
That means I have to open a filing cabinet, and I can't find the filing cabinet. I don't remember. Give me like an hour and I'll remember.
Intel's XE is their new dedicated graphics design that they're going to use from everything from their... I say dedicated. It's their new graphics core.
Iris or something, isn't it?
No, that's old. Well, yeah, Iris is what they call it when they integrate it in their mobile chips, but the idea behind XE is to replace all of their integrated graphics designs up until now, and it's scalable between integrated graphics on their CPUs all the way up to high-end add-in graphics cards that can compete with the best from NVIDIA and AMD. They're trying to create one architecture that is scalable.
That does all of it.
From integrated to RTX 3080 competitor. Hopefully, maybe.
That's... Yay.
What they're claiming here is that the integrated graphics on this should be twice as fast as the existing chips.
Okay.
Twice as fast as the integrated graphics here is still pretty crappy.
There you go.
It's still not really good enough for anything, but whatever. 20 PCI Express lanes. You know what that means?
PCI 4 nonetheless.
It's PCI Express 4, but it also means that 16 lanes will go to your first graphics card and 4 lanes will go to a dedicated Gen 4 NVMe drive. The Z490 boards support Gen 4 to the first M.2 slot.
That's correct. So they added 4.
New
overclocking features and capabilities.
But they say new.
They do. So all those overclockers,
Intel Deep Learning Boost.
And
Vini support.
Vini support. Vini.
USB 3.2 Gen 2, 20 gigabit per second.
Woo!
So we had USB 3.0, which is 5 gig.
Yes.
Then we have USB 3.2 Gen 2, 10 gig.
And
this is going to support 2x2 connectors for 20 gigs. That's half the speed of Thunderbolt 3. That's not bad. Now, this took me by surprise. I did not expect this. What's the last item on that list?
new Intel 500 series chipset. Well, that's not going to be confusing, is it?
I didn't think they were going to do another chipset for this.
They are.
That surprises me.
So you're going to have to get a new motherboard.
You won't have to. It'll still work on 400 series. It's LGA 1200 will be 400 and 500 series. This means Alder Lake LGA 1700 will be 600 series.
Why bring out a whole new chipset for 1 year?
Because it's Intel.
Bob, what the hell are you doing over there?
I actually appreciate that AMD didn't come out with a 600 series. We didn't need
That
new
doesn't
boards.
make sense to have a whole new motherboard when Alder Lake is coming.
Do motherboards every other year.
Okay, carry on. So we will have the new Cypress Cove cores, up to 8 cores, 16 threads, so no 10 core. Double-digit IPC instructions per clock improvement. Enhanced Intel UHD graphics with the XE architecture, 50% high performance versus Gen 9 integrated graphics.
I said twice. I guess it's not twice. It's 50%.
It's 50%. Right.
That's not very impressive.
No.
That's crap.
We got a new memory controller, increased memory speeds up to DDR4 3200.
Yay.
Yay. Integrated PCI Gen 4, low latency, high bandwidth. And then you've got the increased CPU PCI lanes, added 4 PCI 4 lanes, total of 20 CPU Gen 4 PCIe lanes.
This is actually interesting with the media encoders.
Oh, yeah.
Do you notice that they've got AV1 encoding support? This is, I believe, the first hardware AV1 encoder on the market. I don't think RTX 30 series does it, although I could just be forgetting that. Somebody in chat will correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure. The fact that this will do 10-bit 420 AV1, and notice it'll do 4K 60 frame per second, 12-bit 444 HVEC or VP9 encoding. That's amazing, actually. Now, most of you probably don't care about this, and this means nothing to most of you, but from a content creator, video person point of view, that's really good, actually. Supports 3 4K monitors or 2 5K monitors.
It doesn't have 2.1.
Nope, it doesn't. And then Deep Learning Boost. So what do you think of this so far?
It kind of feels like they're putting just enough in there to say different.
Could they have skipped Rocket Lake?
Yes, totally. 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 Totally.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, can I talk to you about the wonders of Zen 3? Ryzen 9 5900X, 12 cores, 24 threads, almost 5 gigahertz with only 2 6-core CCX complexes, 70 megabytes of on-chip cache. At this point, mature 500 series motherboards, and excellent compatibility with the about-to-be-released RX 6800 XT graphics card with SAM support built in. I'm gotta say, in the past 24 hours,
It's been a whirlwind.
my opinion has shifted.
Yeah.
And I am hyped over RX 6800 and Zen 3, and I'm more excited about Zen 3 than I was 24 hours ago. Mm-hmm. Well, I should say a little more than 24 hours ago, before the launch.
Yeah.
The fact that Zen 3 will not require new motherboards. It'll work on the 500 series boards. the fact that it will support smart memory, the fact that it goes up to 16 cores on the consumer platform, the fact that Intel's Rocket Lake is only 8,
Yep.
and Intel's Rocket Lake is still 14 nanometer.
Yeah. They won't hit 10 until Alder Lake. Tex flipped his chip. But I kind of got the feeling through the ethers about Rocket Lake kind of being...
I'm sorry, what'd you say, honey?
Oh, no.
I'm
Carry on.
petting my CPU.
You're petting your pet. Rage mode enabled.
Intel is so, yes. Intel is so 27 hours ago.
Okay, what's our next one?
That's it. That's the entire announcement.
That's the entire
That's it.
announcement.
That's why I didn't make a video.
Just those couple of slides.
It's still not launching for months.
Rocket Lake is coming.
It may not launch until March of next year.
Why even bother? Bob.
They're trying to get people from buying Zen 3 because Zen 3 launches next week. Thursday next week.
Yeah, this is not going to stop.
This is trying to get This is trying to get people to go, ooh, I should wait for Rocket Lake instead of buying Zen 3.
No. It doesn't talk about anything with the SAM thing, with the smart access memory. I mean, there's so many things.
It's not going to have any of that.
No. You okay with that?